Are you trying to figure out how to target your ideal client? Let's talk about it. All right, besties, today's question is, how do you niche down and target your ideal client? This is such a great question because, friends, while I love you, so many people are doing it all wrong. When I look at the social media bios, when I see you out in the street, your information says, hey, call me. I will help you buy, sell, lease, commercial, farmland, like all the different things. And listen, when you are talking to everyone, guess what? You're talking to no one. But I understand that there is a little bit of fear of niching down and really speaking to an ideal client because we don't want to leave any money on the table. But the idea, y'all, honestly, is that you are not going to be a best fit to serve every single type of client, whether that be what they're looking for, their current situation, or even like the location, like where they are looking to purchase or to sell. And they're not going to be an ideal fit for you. So there will be, kind of a pull and turn from when you first get into the market of really understanding, hey, who am I the best fit to serve? But once you figure it out, you have to speak directly to them and you're going to attract more clients like that. I was recently at an event and they were talking about the company Lululemon. And I don't know how accurate this is, but it sounds so current to me. And they said, do you know who Lululemon's ideal client is? Like who their target client is? And, people raised their hand like, oh, the suburban mom. Somebody else raised their hand and said teenage girls. Actually, that was mine because all the teenage girls I know want to go to Lululemon. And there were just other things, right? Well, the presenter said Lululemon, when they started, their ideal client, and they broke it down. It was like somebody named Ocean. She's 32 years old. She's unmarried. She makes $127,000 a year. She is strongly dating somebody, but she drives a convertible. She lives in a condo. What else did they say? She works out 6 days a week. 2 of those workouts are yoga. Like, it was so specific. And when they broke it down, I was like, oh my gosh, I can completely see how Lululemon kind of started there. But what ended up happening is that even though Lululemon had a specific ideal client, it became popular to other people. Though their marketing started off talking to that specific person, and that's what grew their brand, the rest of us started coming along, right? Because they have things that we are interested in. So what am I saying? Don't be afraid to niche all the way down and make sure that in your marketing, you are talking to the exact person that you want to work with, because it won't necessarily alienate those people who are not your ideal client, but it's going to definitely hyper focus on the ones that you want to work with. So if, for instance, let's just say your ideal client is a VA. It is a veteran, someone who has served in our military, and you have a heart of wanting to really help them maximize their benefits, help them understand exactly what they are getting, what the government has said thank you to them by in the form of the VA loan. You want to educate other people on the greatness of a VA loan. A lot of your marketing, I'm not even going to say a lot, all of your marketing should be speaking directly to that person. Do you want to know how to get into a home with $0 down if you have served in the armed forces? Do you want to know how to relocate effectively? Like all of the different things that you can keep saying to specifically speak to your client. Before you know it, you are going to be serving that population. Now, might the first time home buyer still reach out to you, and might they still be a decent fit for you to help? Absolutely. But the more we get clear on who we want to serve, the better you are going to be. So what do you do from now? I literally want you to sit down and think about your book of business. I want you to think about all of the different clients that you've served in the last year. Which ones were the best fit for you? Did you enjoy the buyer transactions more or the seller transactions more, right? Did you like serving in the first time home buyer space or the move up buyer space? Were there certain areas that you feel more confident to speak intelligently about what's happening in the area? You know, what the companies are doing, where the tax rates are. Is there a specific style of client, right, that you like to work with? I'll give you a great example. I work really, really well with moms, okay? Someone who has like older elementary school children, someone who is moving, like they've owned a home before, so they're not brand new to the home buying process, but they're looking for their forever home or their dream home. I can speak their language because a lot of my life mirrors theirs. So not only do I understand their needs on a real estate perspective, but I am going to be a great fit to support their needs just on a life perspective as we build those ongoing relationships. So for me, a lot of my marketing is really, really geared towards that type of buyer or seller. I know where she's shopping. I know, the type of money she makes. I know what her concerns are. I know what her pain points are. And now I can speak to that, and I'm going to be the best fit to serve her. Now, because of that being my marketing, does that mean that I'm not going to get the occasional single man or the VA buyer or the first time home buyers? No, absolutely. They're going to come too. But by niching down, I get more of the type of business that I am going to be the best fit to serve. So I don't want you to be afraid of actually saying who you, and let me just preface this. I do not want you to get on the internet and say, hey, I only work with this type of person, right? Because we are equal opportunity. But I want you to think through the problems that the ideal clients that you are going to be the best fit to serve, what do they have? And you are going to continually show up when you're making your phone calls, show up on social media, show up in social settings, continually targeting those people. And this is one other thing that I want to say. I want you to think about where they are hanging out. So I'll give you a great one. My son is in the real estate space and he strongly wants to help millennials, right? So he's showing up where millennials are, right? He's showing up at the happy hours. He's showing up at the, the artsy and the craft shows. He's showing up on TikTok and the other social media platforms that are more millennial Gen Z, because that is where his ideal clients are hanging out. So you want to think through, where are my ideal clients? Where can I be and have those conversations with them so that I can serve them better? So I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope it wasn't scary, because I do get it. If you are not in production, you may have to just get out here a little bit and take what you can get as you build your business, as your business evolves. But each year you should be defining more and more what you are willing to do and what you are not the best fit to do. So hope this was helpful, besties. I'll talk to you soon.